There's a lot of RVers using this product. It's probably one of the most popular seal conditioners for RV slide outs, but the companies who manufacture these seals say it's really not the best way to prolong the life of your slide out seals. In fact, they really don't want you using this product at all. Welcome back, everyone. So there are a few misconceptions when it comes to slide out seals. One being that they're rubber. They look and feel like rubber, but they are technically not rubber. Now, I don't care what they're made of. I'm sure a lot of you don't either. We just want to know how to take care of them so we can prevent water from destroying the RV. So today we're going to clear up what all of this means for you and I, the RV owner, and talk about what the chemists say is the best way to maintain your slide seals. To understand how to properly maintain a slide seal, you first have to understand what you're looking at, or at least what you're looking for. The two most common seals you're going to see are bulb seals and wiper seals, sometimes called blade seals. This is the bulb seal on the outside of an RV. When the slide out room is brought in, the edge or molding on the slide compresses the bulb seal. If you have at least 50% compression on the bulb seal, you should have a successful water and airtight seal when the slide is closed. While it may look a little different, the same thing happens on the inside when the slide is open, and I'll show you the inside seals in a minute. So knowing how bulb seals work, you can understand that these are only effective when the slide is completely opened or completely closed, which leads us to the next seal. The wiper seal looks like essentially a windshield wiper on your car or truck, and this seal actually does three things. First, the wiper seal will wipe water or debris off the slide wall as it's brought in so it doesn't end up in your RV. It works like a squeegee. Another thing a wiper seal does is maintain a seal whether it's opened, closed, or the slide is moving. Wipers do not provide as strong of a seal as a compressed bulb seal does, but they do help. Another thing a wiper seal does is add protection to the bulb seals inside the RV by pushing off water and debris from ever reaching and potentially damaging those seals. So both seals have their own unique functions, and they're equally important to maintain. Now, depending on your RV and what type of slide you have, there's a lot of different seal designs. For example, seals on the bottom of a slide can have troughs to channel water away and mud flaps to protect the seals since they are closer to the road while traveling. As with anything in life, there are variations, but these are what you're going to see on most modern RVs. So now that we know what we're looking at, let's talk about how to maintain these seals, which is where the first misconception comes into play. So I reached out to Trimlock and Jaeger. Both are companies who manufacture these seals for the OEMs. Both companies were super helpful in answering my questions, so I want to thank them both. They both say, step one, maintenance starts with cleaning your seals. That's obviously common sense, but the typical conversation usually leans towards, hey, this is the conditioner that I use. So cleaning your seals, warm water with a little bit of Dawn dish soap or warm water alone is what the manufacturers recommend. And by the way, these bottles are great for jobs like these. Put your water and soap in and then just pump in the air and you have a pressurized bottle. I'll put a link to this below. From here, it's pretty straightforward. Anytime I'm cleaning with a liquid, I like to start at the top and work my way down. So let's head up on the roof. Okay, simple stuff here. Wipe down the entire bulb seal. You'll want to clean both sides of the wiper seal because these will flip depending on which way the slide is moving. You don't need a lot of soap in your water. In fact, they actually recommend to wipe or rinse off the soap after you're done cleaning the seals. You don't have to completely dry them off, and dish soap is safe on these seals. It's also effective on grease, but there are surfactants in the soap that they don't want building up on the seals. Moving to the inside, you'll have to retract the slide a little so you can access the seals behind the molding. Now, sometimes the bulb seal on the inside may look a little bit different. On our last RV, which was a Grand Design, the inside bulb seal was the same as the one on the outside. You'll notice there is no bulb seal here on this trailer. Something Venture is doing that I personally like is adding a wider seal on the back of the molding, and other manufacturers do this too, so you may see it on yours. In many cases, when this type of seal is used, the cover material is the same material as the roof membrane, usually either EPDM or TPO. Also, the fact that this type of seal is a little different than a standard bulb seal is going to matter later on in the video, but for now, dish soap and warm water are perfectly safe to clean these seals if they're EPDM or TPO. Moving to the bottom of the slide, this is where you're going to see a few differences. Not only in the seals themselves, but in the fact that you will not be able to access these seals from the inside. So you'll just have to poke around down here, look behind the wiper seals, and you'll probably find more seals. Just just simply clean as much as you can down here. Now, these bottom seals are closer to everything that gets kicked up from the road, so don't be surprised if these are a little dirty. Another important and less mentioned spot you want to check while cleaning are the areas that the bulb seals sit against. The same thing goes for the areas that make contact with your wiper seals, which is essentially your entire slide. So if your moldings and your sidewalls are clean, your seals are going to stay clean longer too. I used a protectant on our last RV and I was very happy with the condition of the seals after 8 years. Now, I don't know if that's because I used a conditioner or if they would have looked the same if I hadn't used anything. This is something I asked the manufacturers. If RVers still want to use a seal conditioner, is it okay? Is it going to hurt anything if they do? For the last 5 years, I've been able to keep all of our videos free for everyone to watch. I refuse to charge a membership fee on this channel and I want to keep it that way. Without sponsors, there are no videos, so I hope you'll stick around for a short message from rvmattress.com. They have a nice selection of mattresses for all budgets, and they have the oddball RV sizes you won't find in a residential mattress store. You'll find the RV bunk, 3 different king sizes, and the short queen, among others. They also have a full line of pillows and bedding accessories. Their website will recommend a mattress based on how you sleep. Shipping is free, and they come with a limited lifetime warranty. You have 120 nights to try out your mattress, and honestly, we slept so well in the RV that we got one for our house. Use our link and discount code down below and receive 30% off your mattress. Earlier, I mentioned that these seals are not rubber. If you look at how they're actually made, these are technically plastic seals. Trimlock had mentioned the seals on the pass-through storage doors, the entry doors, and the windows are most likely rubber, usually EPDM, but the slide-out seals are plastic, and they have technically been plastic on units that were manufactured going back to the early 90s. There's different types of plastics, thermoplastics, TPV, TPE, not something I think we really need to be super concerned with. What is important to know, UV protectants are baked into the batter before they are extruded, and these UV protectants cannot be wiped or washed away. It's part of the chemical makeup. And this leads to what the manufacturers are saying to use as a treatment. I was really surprised when I learned this. Both manufacturers said you really shouldn't need an aftermarket treatment on these slide-out seals. Regular cleaning is far more important to the long-term health of these seals than any conditioner you're going to put on. I think in the modern world, we've been very conditioned to feel like protectants will help extend the life of rubber and plastic seals. They said you can still use one, but there are some things to look for. The manufacturers liked water-based products over oil-based or silicone-based products. They like products you can apply without an aerosol propellant because there are some ingredients in certain propellants that can damage plastic. Another thing Trimlock mentioned was to avoid conditioners that have ingredients that end with ENE. Now, companies don't have to disclose every single ingredient that's in their products. There's also hundreds of products that I just can't cover in today's video, so I want to focus on 2 products that I found the most frequently mentioned and used among the RV community. Those 2 products are 303 and 3-in-1 rubber seal conditioner. 303 has 2 products I saw mentioned a lot: automotive protectant and aerospace protectant. I spoke with Gold Eagle, the company who owns 303, and confirmed with them that aerospace and automotive are the exact same recipe. I don't necessarily know if I agree with their marketing and the fact that 16 ounces of automotive is going to be cheaper than 16 ounces of aerospace, but they are the same product. I've been using it for years. It is water-based and there is no propellant. 3-in-1 rubber seal conditioner is not water-based. It contains petroleum distillates or PDs. In other words, it's an oil product and it has a propellant. If you do your own research on the usage of PDs on rubber and plastic seals, you are going down a very deep rabbit hole. Some distillates are good for certain types of seals, some are not. Some people like them, some don't. Oil-based products can also have a tendency to attract and retain dirt and debris, which could damage the seals. I want to be very clear. I am not here to say this is not good for your slide seals and you should not use this on your slide seals. 3-in-1 is a very popular product. A lot of RVers use this, and a lot of RVers will continue to use this because they're happy with the results they get from using it. What I do feel is fair to say is that the seal manufacturers don't like oil-based products on their seals. That's it. Personally, I'm going to continue using 303 because that's what I've done in the past and I've been happy with the result. So let's finish the video with frequencies. We'll start with cleaning. I was told to check these seals every 30 days. If they're dirty, clean them. If they're clean, check back in a month or so. How often should you condition your seals? This is really an answer I don't have because the manufacturers don't really see a need for conditioners. I will say that I'll probably continue using 303 every 3 to 4 months or so. That's what I've been doing, and those results I've been happy with. 303 is also what I've been using on the actual rubber door and window seals, on my tires, and all my hard plastic trim. 303 is not a sponsor of this video. They've never been a sponsor on this channel. I just tried the product a few years ago based on its reviews, and I've been happy with it since. If you guys are using another water-based conditioner, please let me know what it is down in the comments. I'd love to see how these compare against each other. Keep your seals clean, warm water and dish soap, rinse or wipe off the soap, keep the areas the seals make contact with clean as well. And if you want to use a conditioner, use something water-based. And something we talked about earlier, if you have those interior bulb seals wrapped in EPDM or TPO and you want to condition them, use a coating on those seals that is compatible with that material. Links and coupon codes are down below. I hope the video helped. Please consider subscribing, and we'll see you guys in the next one.